All right, guys, here we go. NFL playoffs. Everything is set. The stage is set. Let's dive into it right away. It's late here. Well, I guess it's technically Monday morning, right? 1 a.m. Eastern time. If you guys are new to my channel, definitely hit the subscribe button. Doing really well on free picks. And if you've scrolled through my last few free picks here on the YouTube channel, they've all cashed. So consider that. Gave out the Texans as the free pick most recently. But hey, that's besides the point. Check out that stuff if you want. And if you're interested in becoming a member on the channel, the members had an awesome weekend. I gave out 7 picks. We went 5-2, and I threw in a bonus suggestion, which also hit. So if you took every single wager that I gave out on my members only NFL Week 18 playlist, you would have gone 6-2. You pay $30. You get the entire month, NBA, college basketball, the rest of NFL playoffs, all January, all sports, all my best stuff. So $30, if you're betting at least like 25, $30 per bet, and a lot of you guys are doing a lot more, you're doing a couple hundred or whatever per wager, one winning bet of $30, you're covered for the whole month. Everything else from there, you get to know exactly what I'm thinking the rest of the way. So definitely consider becoming a member. It's an absolute no-brainer as long as you have some control and you can practice bankroll management. I mean, don't become a member here, take one of my bets, and then just put the house on it. But if you can consistently just put $50 on every single bet that I put out in my members only bets, it's free money. It's free money. That's all I'm going to say. Let's dive into this, guys. Let's get into it. Every single game against the spread, I'm going to give you my opinion today. So let's start with the first one. Browns, Texans. Browns are so different on the road. I mean, quarterback, you got to give the advantage to Texas. Coaching, you got to give the advantage to the Browns. Defense, you got to give the advantage to the Browns. Offense is like a stalemate, no? Offense is like an even, so boy, I mean, this one's really going to come down to, can the Texans kind of stop the run game for the Browns, which is kind of fallen off of the list of importance for the Browns. They've been passing it like madmen, even with Flacco. Here's one thing, though. What's the X factor? Flacco in the playoffs, a lot of experience. CJ Stroud, first playoffs. I think that's a big difference. I'm going to go with the coach. I'm going to go with the quarterback. Maybe not the more talented quarterback, but the more experienced quarterback, the team that's going to sling it around, the team that has a better defense. I think this Browns D-line gets after Stroud. The Texans didn't exactly impress me against the Colts. I thought they probably should have lost the game. The only thing that's making me hesitant here is just the fact that this is a road game for the Browns, and their home and away splits are drastic and something you have to pay attention to. But in this case, 2.5 under a field goal, there's only one way I can look. Take the points out of it and give me the Browns on the money line. I wouldn't even mess with the points in a tight spread like this. I think the Browns figure out a way to get it done. Dolphins Chiefs, Tyreek Hill going back to his old stomping grounds. I like the Chiefs here. I like the Chiefs. I think a lot of people are going to get tricked by that hook, the fact that it's 3.5. People are going to say, oh, well, it should be pretty close. The Dolphins are good and they got blah, blah, blah. And Waddle might be back and Mostert might be back at running back. And I get 3.5 points. The Chiefs have looked bad all year. Well, you know what? The Chiefs kind of took this last week off. They still got to win. Andy Reid is not someone I want to go against. It's in Arrowhead. It's going to be cold. This is a Florida team. The Miami Dolphins are about to go play in Arrowhead in like 10-degree weather, maybe with some snow. You got to finalize the weather report the closer we get to the game, and we'll absolutely do that. But for right now, I'm 100% going to back the Chiefs defense in a cold weather environment. Mahomes, a crazy environment. The Dolphins are banged up now. Even if these guys that are questionable do play, how healthy are they? How effective are they? I'm going to lean on the Chiefs defense. I'm going to lean on Mahomes. Maybe the Chiefs look bad all year because it's just hard to get these guys to be excited about regular season. They've won so much, and they've been so good as of late in terms of the last few seasons, that maybe their focus is just always the postseason. Maybe they wake up here and all of a sudden we go, whoa, is this all of a sudden the team to beat? Why didn't the Chiefs look like this all year? So we'll see what we can get, but I'm going to go ahead and lay 3.5 points with the home team with the Chiefs. Steelers, Bills. You know what? I have 9.5 on the screen because that's what it is as I'm recording this for you guys. It was 8.5 when I looked immediately after the game ended, and it's going up. It's going to go up more. There is no way this is going to be a single digit spread. I'd lay the 9.5. The Steelers absolutely stink. Bills at home are different. The only thing that worries me is Josh Allen is just so dumb. He's a turnover machine. The weather doesn't affect either team because Pittsburgh is cool with cold and winter weather as well. Bills just can't beat anybody by margin. They couldn't run away from the Patriots. They couldn't run away from a lot of these teams. But man, just the way that Miami game felt. If they can just play clean for one game, this is going to be an absolute nuclear blowout. There's no way I can back Mason Rudolph. Maybe they go back to Pickett. I don't know, guys. The Buffalo defense seemed to be coming on strong. I just don't see the Steelers scoring more than 13, 10, and the Bills are for sure going to score. I mean, TJ Watt is questionable. The Bills are going to almost score at will. Even if Josh Allen does have a couple screw-ups here, I'm laying 9.5 with the Bills. See, it just feels like a very square public pick, but they've been cashing. It's a weird year. There's a lot of games where it's like people that just go on Google and read one article and they're just like, oh yeah, this sounds good. I'm just going to roll with the fucking team that everyone has. And these people just keep cashing. It's been a weird year. Lay the points with the Bills. Next game. My Green Bay Packers against the Cowboys. Give me the 7 points. Gimme. Cowboys defense significantly overrated. You can run the ball on them. Jordan Love is an absolute machine. And the Packers, they squeaked into the playoffs. They're playing with house money. All the pressure's on the Cowboys because everyone wants to see a Cowboys Super Bowl, at least an NFC championship out of this team. And all the pressure's on Dallas. Dallas couldn't run away from a Seattle team at home. Dallas, honestly, for some of that Washington game, it was fairly close. You're going to give me a full touchdown with the Green Bay Packers? They should have Devondre Campbell back. Stokes, maybe Darnell Savage, Jair Alexander could slow down CD Lamb a little bit. Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. If AJ Dillon is in, he missed the last game, but that's a two-headed monster at running back. Guys, the Packers for sure are going to score. I don't know what the total is set at, but I would definitely look over in this game as well. But give me the 7 points with the Packers. I think it's whoever has the ball last, probably a field goal game. Rams, Lions, boy. Rams, Lions. Why do I feel like the Rams are going to win this game? I mean, somebody's got to win. Have I picked all favorites so far? I think I have. You know what? I'm going to go Rams on the money line. That's what I truly think in my heart. I don't believe in the Lions. I don't think Jared Goff is great. Good. Yes. Great. No, they lost a huge, massive receiver at the end of that meaningless game. Laporta, right? So number 2 receiver down for the Lions. Are they going to keep up? Maybe Aaron Donald comes alive. I'd take the 3 points with the Rams here. And the final game, which is actually on a Monday, which is kind of cool. I wasn't sure if we are going to have football on a Monday night or not. Eagles, Bucks. This one's interesting because the whole world hates the Eagles, right? They lost to the fucking Cardinals, cost me a bunch of money. Lost to the Giants. What have they lost? 5 out of 6 games or something? They stink. They look horrible. The defense is porous. The coach is an idiot. But the coach on the other side is worse. Todd Bowles is absolutely horrendous, in my opinion. The Bucks are just a shell of what I think the only reason they're in the playoffs is because that division is so bad. Somebody had to win. The Bucks suck. They're horrible, in my opinion. They beat the Carolina Panthers 9-0. I think the Eagles coming alive as long as Jalen Hurts. I mean, we got to check some injury reports. A.J. Brown, I think his knee injury. We got to see with him. Devonta Smith. Check on these other guys. Swift, the running back. We got to check on the injury report. If it's clean enough, I would absolutely hammer the Eagles in the spot. I think they come alive. I think the whole world's going to be against them. I think the Bucks will be the public underdog of the week. I know you can't just go down the list and take favorites, guys. It never works in football. Right now, if I had to give you my big shock the world type upset, it would for sure be Green Bay over the Cowboys. I think an underrated spot that people would kind of pass on is the Chiefs laying even 3.5 at home. Rams over the Lions seems like the most likely upset. And then the game that I think kind of shocks everyone that's not an upset is actually the Eagles as a slight favorite. And they already beat the living snot out of this exact Bucks team. So if they can kind of, if enough people are cleared on the injury report, if the Eagles have enough players at a good enough percentage of their health, they can go in there and they can absolutely cover this number. So I'm assuming a lot of these guys are going to play, and that's why I'm going to lay the 2.5. If there's no AJ Brown, if Jalen Hurts is still not 100%, if this, and this is like that, then I'd probably have to pass on the game. There's no way I can take the Bucks. I'm just not interested in touching the Bucks. So I'll either take probably the Eagles here, or I'd probably pass on the game overall is what I would do. But that's it, guys. 6 games. The number 1 seeds get a bye. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Definitely drop a like on today's video if you appreciate the content on this type of a time frame. And again, become a member, guys. It's $30. 1 or 2 wagers, you're already in the green, and I'm going to crush playoffs just like I did last year. I'm off a bad little slump. We crush it this weekend with NFL Week 18, which is actually one of the hardest weeks to bet. Crush that. We're off that little 2-week slump to end the fucking year. Bullshit around the holidays, okay? You run into that sometimes. The weird Christmas voodoo, the weird New Year's Eve shit, whatever. It's in the past. I'm back to my 70% hit rate, 70% plus. So become a member. It's $30. You get the whole month. You'll be glad you did. I'll see you guys in the next video.